The Battle of Coral Sea is in full swing, and the initial salvos against the Japanese have had limited success, it seems. Although things may be much worse for the Japanese than originally realized. One enemy flat top has been hammered, and it was last seen taking on a serious list. Our strike packages from USS Yorktown and USS Lexington are heading back to Task Force 17. The strike group from Yorktown was massacred by Japanese Zeros. Who knows how many aircraft will return. If it is deemed feasible, we will strike the damaged carrier once more to ensure its destruction before retiring to the south. Hello everybody, Wolfpack here, and welcome back to Task Force Admiral as we continue the Of Cranes and Patriots demo. The demo is available and there is currently a Kickstarter for Task Force Admiral, so be sure to check that out down below. Currently, our two carriers are recovering aircraft. Well, I really should say one of our carriers is recovering aircraft, because upon further investigation, our entire strike from USS Yorktown has been destroyed. Yeah, I think almost every single aircraft from the strike was just torn to absolute shreds. Yeah, everyone's dead, which is just absolutely devastating. 33 aircraft completely destroyed. Navstrike 3, which had 50 aircraft, is coming back, which is good. A lot of them are about to land and are in formation. So USS Lexington is the source of most of our air power at the moment, and we are going to send these aircraft out. Once they are recovered, we are going to immediately begin arming our aircraft. And taking a look at the map, there's something interesting here. The Japanese carrier task force is way up here, and they are only reporting one aircraft carrier. This was 2 minutes ago, and it was reported by a Dauntless. We also have this down here, 3 ships, 1 carrier, and they are moving 23 knots, these guys. Let's see, 30 knots. So 1 carrier, 2 destroyers. I think the Japanese carrier task force has split up. We did hammer 1 carrier incredibly badly. They were taking on water last we saw them, and very low in the water at that. This was 3 minutes ago. So I think I'm going to send a limited strike at this Japanese flat top, which seems to be relatively isolated. We have a couple of Japanese aircraft hanging out near us, but doesn't seem to be too many. I still do want to send some aircraft out after this task force to the north. It does look like they might be retreating. They're most likely recovering aircraft. However, if we look at the wind direction, they are sailing right into the wind. Let's take a look at the Ouija board for USS Lexington. I almost can't believe that Yorktown had that entire strike just destroyed. The Zeros must have done a number on them in the meantime, and I did not even really realize they were getting torn to pieces out there. They did have a small escort, and I guess the escort was destroyed as well. Well, that's just the way it goes. Let's see, this cap. Are these guys? These guys are on the deck. Good. Fighters are coming back. We still have search aircraft out and about. These were off of USS Yorktown, so we do have 8 Dauntlesses on Yorktown still, which should be landing soon as well. Well, I think I figured out why a lot of our aircraft were shot down. Japanese Zeros are flying over the formation. Anti-aircraft guns are engaging them. There's also Wildcats in chase flying through that hail of anti-aircraft fire. That is absolutely nuts. We still have aircraft in the process of coming in for a landing. How many Zeros are there? It looks like maybe just 1 or 2 at this point. I think a lot of them have been shot down, which is very good. There goes 1. Fantastic. Couple of Zeros shot down there as more of our Dauntlesses circle and prepare to land. I'm looking at setting up a limited strike against this lone carrier. I'm thinking 16 dive bombers, 3 torpedo bombers, and 4 of our fighters. I want the target to be the lone aircraft carrier, nice and close. I'm going to green light this. And we are going to start hopefully prepping aircraft. There we go. Aircraft are already under prep. We are still recovering aircraft as well. So we are just going to be multitasking on USS Lexington. USS Yorktown just launched her cap. And we did receive some unidentified aircraft out here, but it turns out they're friendly. I'm not sure. These could be reconnaissance aircraft. I bet that's what they actually are. Reconnaissance aircraft coming back in to land on USS Yorktown. Once we are done spotting those aircraft and we've recovered everyone, I am going to launch and hit this lone carrier. If we end up sinking that carrier, that will be a mission success, I think. And we will run away from the remaining one if we can. Let's take a look at the weather. It's starting to clear up. There's this big storm system over to the west. We can try to book it over there, but we are going to head south once we launch this next strike. Our cap out here has detected a single lone Kate. I can't tell if it even has a torpedo or if it is just trying to do some recon here. Wildcats are diving on it. Come on, rip them up. They're absolutely... Oh, it looks like it does not have a torpedo. It's doing recon. Okay, good to know. Let's take a look at the map. Where is this? This is way down to the south. We have another aircraft, another couple of aircraft up here. We still have contact on that carrier task force. And we should be pretty much done recovering aircraft. Only a couple more left. Let's look at the Ouija board. Everyone is ready. I want them to start getting these SBDs out onto the deck, but I think a few more aircraft need to land and then we will launch that strike. It's kind of funny that the one carrier that's damaged has the entire air wing, and the one intact carrier, of course, is the one which had its air wing absolutely destroyed. Despite this relatively bad luck, I do think the Japanese do have it worse. We'll see if they end up launching more aircraft our way. We are ready to launch our aircraft, and we are going to do just that. Everyone's on the deck. Let's see, when's this? This was last updated 16 minutes ago. The Japanese are launching aircraft. Let's set... They've been heading this way. Let's set this position right about there. It doesn't look like they've been moving too fast. This was 54 minutes ago. This was 16 minutes ago. We should make contact. Good. Let's launch. Take off. All right, send those aircraft up, and then we are going to get more cap up to hopefully destroy these guys. We have our cap heading their way, which is good, and we know the enemy carriers are right about here, or the enemy aircraft carrier, I should say. With those aircraft taking off, we do have some dauntlesses. We can send what's left. We can risk it. And a lot of devastators, which unfortunately do not have the best luck. I'm wondering if we should try our luck and go after the other carrier. I want to hit this carrier, finish it off first, and start moving south. And then we'll decide what to do. Let's check on Yorktown. What do we got? Okay, 2 Wildcats, and it looks like some of our dauntlesses are starting to land. Our cap with McCuskey is moving to intercept these 10+ aircraft, and they have established visual contact on the Japanese carrier. It is heading south. Let's take a look at this Wildcat. They're in the cloud. Oh boy, there we go. Vals, of course. Why wouldn't it be Vals? Come on. Oof. No good pass. And all these clouds. Hopefully there aren't too many Japanese Zeros escorting them this time around. And these Wildcats really just tear up these Vals. Rear gunners are doing work though. Come on. There we go. Fuel leak. That's what I like to see. Is this it? I hope this is the whole strike, although I highly doubt it. I'm sure there are more Japanese aircraft inbound. As a matter of fact, I think I see them on our 6 o'clock. Those are zeros. Zeros closing in. Our camp's probably going to get torn up. The zeros have been making mincemeat of our strikes and our fighters here. Maybe best for them just to get the heck out of here. At least we have an updated position on the Japanese flat top. We'll see how this dogfight proceeds. I can't imagine it going well. They're engaging way out here. What I do want to do, let's see, 10 plus aircraft already outbound. Let's take a look. Lexington's flight deck. Okay, only 2 aircraft left. Fantastic. Once Yorktown has completed launching her strike, we are going to scramble the last 2 Wildcats in a desperate attempt to defend the fleet. Okay. Let's scramble. We should be launching those 2. Good. Now, Yorktown. You have 2 as well. All we got. Rather have them out in the air than just in the hangar, where they probably are going to get bombed. Strike package from USS Lexington is now underway. I'm going to set up another strike against this contact. Strike from USS Yorktown. Yeah, 6 dive bombers. Spotting mode, early spotting, green light. Okay, good. And then we are going to set up another strike. Now this strike is going to be really undermanned. 1 ship, 1 CV, what the, okay. We don't know what the hell is going on over there. Okay, all of our fighters are airborne. How many fighters do you think the Japanese still have? I want to say we've destroyed a good number of the Japanese aircraft. But that being said, we are going to prep these anyway. Prep these aircraft. Green light. Green light. Our strike is inbound towards the separated carrier. And if that goes well, we will launch these other aircraft. Let's check on the Ouija board. Okay, mission ready for our aircraft, which are taking off, the Wildcats, which are going to provide cover for the fleet. It is 9:40 and we have good news. 20 plus aircraft are on target. They have visual on the enemy flat top. So it is just an isolated carrier. How fast is she going? 2 knots. She is only going 2 knots. This thing is just dead in the water. McCuskey and company have been shot down. Unfortunately, we have more fighters heading out. I wish they'd kind of just loiter over the fleet, but they're going out to engage these 2 contacts. We have 3 aircraft out here. Don't know where the rest of the strike is. We know there are more than 3. Okay, carrier force, no reserve planes for mission. Okay, yeah, I understand. That's because we are about to sink this carrier. If they are only moving at a speed of 2 knots, I think there's a good chance, A, our torpedo bombers may have a good chance of getting some hits, and B, that carrier down there is probably going to sink without our help, and this is just going to help her along. Wildcats are diving in on the valves. Looks like a few of them have been shot down here, actually. Another one just hitting the wing and shot down. There we go. Good kill. Fantastic. Okay. Took a good piece out of the Japanese attack. So scouts report a new unidentified force. We're getting lots of reports in. Let's see. It's that one small ship. Okay, that's peculiar. That is, in fact, peculiar. I'm not sure what that's all about. We're only getting reports of 2 plus aircraft. I guess there are more than 2, and that is factual. And let's take a look at Leonard here. Task Force 17 has been detected by enemy air search asset. Unsurprising, since there's already a Japanese strike heading our way. The good news is the first Japanese strike was far more lethal than this. And wherever those zeros are, it looks like they have decided to either head back home or they're lagging behind because they got distracted by some fighters, giving our Wildcats free reign over the Japanese formation. This is looking pretty good. Just dive down, swoop in, take out another Val. Dauntlesses are about to drop down and bomb the target. The good news is, this is just like a training exercise. The target is stationary, although it does look like they are still shooting back. Devastators down there are taking some anti-aircraft fire. It looks like they have released their fish. I can see the torpedo wake just ever so faintly in the water. They released pretty far away, but again, the target's not moving, so that does increase our odds. The fact that the Japanese carrier's dead in the water makes me think we have a really good chance at sinking her here. Now, this mission is the hard version, so there are Bettys and such out there from Rabaul, although I do think we actually had to sail past that dashed line on the map. We had to sail a little bit further north to encounter those. I'm sure we will in the future whenever we play more Task Force Admiral on the channel. This is absolutely going to be a staple when it comes out. Dive bombers pushing over. Come on, 1,000-pound bomb. Look at that. Dauntless is diving down. Come on, that was pitiful, buddy. There we go, bombs away. Okay, near misses. Look how low her bow is in the water. Even just bombs barely missing there, that's going to cause some damage. The shockwave's going to reverberate throughout that ship and definitely bust some more pipes. You know the Japanese damage control has done their best, but I mean, she is really low in the water. More Dauntlesses diving down. Come on, boys. Bombs dropping. That looks better. Near miss. Oh, man. Okay, Dauntlesses are out of here, it looks like. Was that the whole strike? Not a single hit. Oh, there we go. There's a bomb. That might have been a torpedo. Oh, it was a torpedo. Dud. Classic. Classic. Hey, one torpedo hit. You can see the torpedo wake racing on by. We have more Dauntlesses diving down. Okay, there still are more. Miss front. Another one. Those are going to go forward. Okay, she's leaking fuel now. Definitely going to be taking on some more water after that torpedo hit. You know what? I mean, it's still dead in the water. Just a lone carrier. Not launching aircraft. Go to the map. You know what? We're doing this. We are doing this. Yorktown. Take a look. Let's go over to Lexington here. I need to see our missions. Okay, they're working on getting these aircraft up on the deck. These Dauntlesses should be ready. Let's see here. Nav strike 10, edit mission. They are not, well, they should be ready. Pick a target. That carrier, that's what I need to do. Jeez, okay, take off. All right, send those Dauntlesses up at them. We have Japanese aircraft inbound, which is not good. Not great at all. We still have 2 aircraft in pursuit. Japanese torpedo bombers were attempting to close in on the formation. It looks like some Wildcats have moved to intercept, which is good. Lady Lex over there is conducting evasive maneuvers. There we go. Something just splashed down. That may have been a 0. Our other 6 Dauntlesses are heading out towards the lone Japanese flat top. It is highly likely that that carrier is going to sink on her own, but again, I want to expedite that process. I want to make sure it goes down. Doesn't look like... I'm not seeing a whole lot out here. Not sure where those valves are. Next group of Dauntlesses is bombing the target. Again, near misses. I just caught them doing this here. There we go. If they're getting that close, again, it's going to cause some problems. We are setting up another strike now. They are about to take off. And it looks like we may have gotten a bomb hit on the bow there. She's really... She's been really freaking lucky. Well, that other strike unfortunately didn't do a whole lot. We are recovering our aircraft and we are going to send one big strike at that Japanese carrier with a lot of torpedo bombers. Since she's not moving, maybe we'll get some good hits. USS Lexington is currently in the process of recovering aircraft. Lexington is still recovering her aircraft, but Yorktown has recovered hers. Let's send a strike at this position. How long ago was this? An hour ago. She's still got to be somewhere over here. Yorktown, 7 bombers. You know what? Just pick a target right about there. Okay. That looks good. Best possible date. Good. 11/11. Perfect. Send that. 7 more Dauntlesses this time. Try to hit that actual Japanese carrier, please. And then we will launch. We are getting awfully close to this Rabaul bomber range line. Which makes me very uncomfortable. Let's take a look at Lexington. Got lots of aircraft available. Lots of aircraft on the deck. Let's just begin prepping them. Aircraft are currently landing, but strike. We'll pick a target for now, this particular area. They're relatively far out, which is not good. Here we go. Okay, 14 dive bombers. We'll add 10 more, and then all 10 to 11, I guess. No, 10 torpedo bombers, along with an escort of 3. Early spotting here. Okay, green light that. Perfect. And we'll start arming all of those aircraft, getting them ready as other aircraft continue to land on USS Lexington. The group of dive bombers from USS Yorktown were rapidly rearmed and are taking to the skies once more. They are also acting as armed scouts. I would like an accurate position of the Japanese carrier for the large strike package. Folks, we just got a report that a strategic objective has been achieved. I think the Japanese carrier may have gone down. We are going to find out soon, as a bunch of Dauntlesses are closing in on its last known position. If we go over to the map, it looks like these Dauntlesses have made contact with something else over here. 4 ships, 1 small, 3 large, so if we don't find the carrier, we can at least bomb them. We are turning to the south and running at the moment away from this dashed line. I do not want to take any heat from Rabaul way up there. Okay, scouts report a new unidentified contact. Let's look at the map here. That it might be it. They're reporting it's a small ship. Is it small? It is heading 24 knots, 2 small ships. I think the Japanese carrier has gone down. These Dauntlesses are still in formation. I think this carrier sunk. Well, we can go after the last one. The Japanese carrier isn't in this position. Just a couple of destroyers, 2 destroyers. If we are spotting stuff way out here, we absolutely would have spotted that carrier. Okay, well, in that case, USS Lexington, spotting still in progress. Okay, still moving a couple of aircraft up. This strike's going to go after the 1 remaining aircraft carrier. It is 11:50. Task Force 17 has turned into the wind. USS Lexington is launching her probably final strike of the day. We are receiving reports. It looks like our final strike is turning towards the Japanese formation. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, en route to the IP. Fantastic. Hopefully our accuracy ends up being very good. I do think the entire Japanese air wing has essentially been eliminated at this point as well. I think it's been bloody for both of us, but definitely more costly for the Japanese at this point. My main concern is encountering Japanese Zeros diving in from the sun. Hopefully we'll luck out in that department. We need a little luck. We've spotted the Japanese flat top. She's behind some clouds here. I can see torpedo wakes in the water there. Oof. I'm not... Actually, I think that might just be her own wake. Yeah, I think that's what that is, unfortunately. Oh, that's okay. Oh, nope. Torpedoes in the water. I see them. Port side. Dive bombers coming down? No, not yet. What's that? I hear something. Okay, torpedoes. Oof, it looks like they may just go aft. Lucky. Very, very lucky. I hear aircraft coming in from the starboard side. Torpedo bombers. Okay. Our torpedo bombers are actually attacking from both sides this time around. Very reassuring. Looks like our pilots are learning. That being said, I'm not too confident in these torpedoes. Do we see the carrier down there? No, not yet. Let's see. Our own, looks like these torpedo bombers are out of there. Good news is the carrier's pretty isolated. Japanese anti-aircraft fire is minimal. More torpedo bombers coming in, dropping torpedoes. Starboard side. Our torpedoes all managed to miss, which is not entirely surprising. That means it is all up to our Dauntlesses now. Dauntlesses diving down on the target. A whole bunch of them. Let's see what we're looking at. Diving through the clouds, taking some anti-aircraft fire here. Come on. There she is. She's already been hit. She's burning. We already managed to get hits. Another formation must have dropped on her. Come on. Oh gosh, that looks so good. There we go. Hit on the stern. That is beautiful. That is fantastic. Let's take a look at the flat top. Her rudder wasn't jammed. I think it might be now. We have any more Dauntlesses? Yeah. No, they're out. They're out of here. Looks like everyone may be leaving. Yeah, they're all climbing out. I mean, that does not look good. That does not look good for that carrier. I've been watching the carrier for a little bit. Her rudder was not jammed. She has resumed her original course. She is still continuing to burn, though. Oh, that final strike on the enemy carrier, USS Lexington, is now recovering her aircraft. Well, folks, here we are in the after-action report, and we can see this was a strategic victory and a tactical victory. Let's see the full report. Zuikaku was destroyed. Shokaku was damaged. 30 Zeros destroyed, 16 Kates, 32 Vals, and 2 float planes. In turn, USS Lexington was damaged, along with USS Portland. I did not even see that she got damaged. We lost 27 Dauntlesses, 9 Devastators, and 15 Wildcats. So, yeah, a crippling day for the Japanese at that. That was quite the battle for sure. Well, folks, that is going to do it for today's video. I do hope you all enjoyed it. Be sure to check out the link down below to take a look at the Kickstarter for Task Force Admiral. They have reached all their goals, but there are some still limited edition things you can grab. I am certainly excited to see how the game progresses and am looking forward to playing it some more on the channel. Anyway, folks, this is Wolfpack345 signing off, and I'll see you all on the next one.